What's going on, traders? Let's take a look into this market. It is not looking good today. It's been a tough day indeed. SPY leading down to 430s, going a little bit lower. Let's take a look at what's going on right now. You guys can see the SPY kind of leading the action to the downside. The Qs also just dropping off. A lot of it, the TLT kind of hanging in here, but definitely seeing that drop was something else today in Qs. Qs wicked drop right down. Big names, definitely the leading names leading downwards here. You guys see it. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, Tesla, all to the downside. And this is just how quickly things can change. I myself was looking to get short Tesla. I've been talking about it, as I think that in the long run, I think they're going to run into a problem with demand in their vehicles. And here you guys see it starting to come down and coming down pretty fast. Did I expect to see this really quickly? No, but this is definitely not looking good. And then another area that I've been pointing to that I think is very important to note is the financials. Today, even JPM gets the jump. Nice earnings. Look where it goes. It gets the spike, but then comes all the way back down. Take a look at the KRE today. That doesn't look good there at all. Of course, we've been pointing out the KRE for now. It's been like, an insane amount of time now that we've been pointing this out. This has been about 2.2 months of the continued downside in the banks, and especially the regional banks. That's where I think the most concern is coming in, right? You guys can see this MTB Bank looking pretty bad. Regions Financials coming back down. A lot of these banks just don't look good. Ozark is one that I've been keeping an eye on. That has a lot of exposure in the office real estate area. And one of the areas that's been hit the most as of late has really been real estate. Take a look at these top leading cap names and how they're getting hit here. So PLD, recent action, hard downside action, especially past kind of September 20th. Take a look at AMT. Another leg down here. Doesn't look good, guys. EQIX just hanging in there. Really kind of dropping off also since in early September. PSA, not looking that good. BLR, a lot of these just not looking that good. And if we stick to the office REITs, right, we look at the ARE by cap and look at this. Look how this is coming down, guys. This is why I think that we're going to start seeing some issues. And where it's going to all lead back to, I think a lot of this will be the office real estate. That's what I've been talking about. That's where the concern is for me in the regional banks. And we're still seeing that concern out in the market. Let's keep taking a look at what else is going on. Healthcare also trying to get a little bit of a bounce back today. It did get a little bit of a bounce back, especially the healthcare plan. CVS not taking the biggest move on the day. Was thinking that this one could get the lift, and it did get the lift out the gates, but then pulled back all the way right back down. Of course, UNH kind of leading the action today with their earnings, and this isn't looking bad, but other stocks didn't really truly follow this today. CI, Cigna actually did have a decent day. So this is probably the best one right now, at least of the laggards to play. But I'm going to continue to watch this area to see what happens there in CVS, to see if we can start getting a lift until the close here, especially if we could get a move here to 72s, it won't be looking too bad. I'm going to keep this one on my radar. It's been sideways for some time. And when they get sleepy like this, sometimes I look to see if they wake up, especially back above 73. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert there to let me know when CVS gets to that next level. Tesla is sitting on massive support right now too. And I think that, one of the things that I pointed to is that this pattern didn't look good. This rejection here of 270s. If you really kind of think about it, this looks very similar to kind of how you would see kind of a Head and Shoulders reject that move down. Now I'm going to look to see if we really go back towards 240s and 235s. Those could be the next areas that I'd be looking for on Tesla. I don't feel positive about Tesla going into the end of the year. A lot of that, of course, high interest rates to buy these vehicles. And I don't see anyone, at least majority of the people out there or the consumer, being able to afford Teslas and paying them in cash So I think they're going to have to be loaning for this. And of course, it's just going to be less demand out there for these vehicles. All right, let's see what else is going on. Of course, it also could have been that a lot of people don't want to be long throughout the weekend, especially with all the political unrest. But what did we talk about earlier in the week that could happen? What earlier we talked about it? We drew this line on the cues. We created this on September, actually August 1st, but we updated it because it was over here. We updated it just recently on the 9th. And now look what's happened. Well, we touched that trend line and came right back down. So we could just see this come back right back towards the support. That's how quickly it was there for the Qs. It was a quick run up. Now we're heading right back down. Now the question will be, can these bigger stocks bounce, or will they just lead the downside crack? One stock, of course, I'll keep an eye out is NVIDIA. I've always had these drawn, and I'm still going to have these, right? When will we come back into these gap zones? That's something that I'm thinking about. We'll see what happens there on NVIDIA if it does make a downside action move. Adobe's been hot as late, and you guys can see how that pulled back. It just seems so late that you got to be careful with, especially the AI names as they start to pull back here. Let's keep going. Let's take a look at what else did good today. Energy having a decent day, bouncing back. XOM with a decent bounce back. Let's take a look there at WTI and see what we're trending. 87.56. And what was it that I said on live trading just earlier today? Would we make our way back to 86 as we were starting to downtrend here at 10 a.m.? We were going to like the 85.50s. I said, would we recover 86 going to 87? And there you have it, 87.56 to a high on the day's range of 87.83. This could definitely get some upside in oil and definitely get these stocks to start to push. One stock that I was thinking about playing as of late is Valero. This is one that I actually might take a swing trade today as I expect to see oil continue to climb. Valero's struggling today. It should have had, at least I feel like, a little bit better day than what we're seeing right now. So I'm going to keep this on my radar. Might take a shot here towards the end. Of course, these stocks have been pulling back, but oil looks like it might want to go back there to 90. I think that's something definitely to keep your eyes out for. We'll see what else is going on there, team. Basic materials also falling off today, down 0.82. Looking at this to see if there's any trade that we can kind of catch. Gold has been hot as of late, guys. GOLD continuing to the upside. AU is the one that I've been talking about that I love to play when it really just makes that trend back. On Monday is when we had our opportunity at 17 to maybe play this and risk off of 1675s, the gap down below. Maybe could have taken a play in that 17 and risk right below it towards the lows. Now this is taking off, so it's kind of hard to catch up to this play. But you guys can keep your eyes on some other action. You guys can maybe look at JNUG as it starts to come back. And silver also getting the lift here as of late. AG with a nice little move up today. MAG with a nice little move. SVM. So a bit of lift as of late. Coal pulling back as it's been hot late. This is one that I'll definitely keep my eye on. If we do get a next run in oil where it starts going back into the 90s, going to 100, I think you can continue to watch these coal plays go higher. So it's definitely something that's also something to watch here. And I think I like how BTU has been setting up. It does make little pullbacks, but it's been holding the pullbacks as of late. AMR is definitely the best of breed, and you can see how it pulled back here. Maybe we get an opportunity to catch AMR on the pullback, and it starts making its way back to the highs. Of course, this has been a big move as of late. CEIX also making big moves. We'll see what happens to these if they can start to turn around. Of course, what will need to happen is to start to see oil start to go higher. All right, let's keep going. Let's get out of basic materials. Defensives bouncing a little bit today. Walmart getting a little bit of a bounce there. PG getting a little bit of a bounce. Costco, Coke, Pepsi, as it's been really weak. But is this something that is going to last? I don't feel like it will last. I mean, even Target tried to get an upgrade today, and it's making a little bit of a move up, but nothing that looks like it's going to last here. So we got to be careful there for Target Corporation. We'll see what happens. What do you guys feel about Target? Do you guys think that this is going to come back? I think it's just something definitely to keep an eye out for. But it did get the raise by Bank of America today. We'll see if Target can ever turn things around. It is trending back to the upside, at least on the RSI. We'll see if it can start making a move above RSI 50. All right, keep going, guys. Packaged foods having a decent day there. KHC bouncing back today. GIS, HRL getting a little bit of a bounce back. Kellanova. This is not really the area that I'm looking to play often. I mean, defensives, I've been trying to stay away. I pointed out early today that KLG kind of made sense off that $10 spot. $10 seems like where the buyers are kind of lying in this kind of recent spinoff, and it made a nice little move. Nice little cup and handle pattern here, right? You guys can see it here. This is kind of that cupping action. Then you got the handle right here. Good little move higher as it went through this 1045. Nice little move back up. Good little move there towards 1082. We'll look to see if this can keep going. Of course, this is the cereals business, and we'll see if it can kind of get the milk. Let's keep going, guys. What are you guys taking a look at out there? If you guys have any stocks you guys want to check out, go ahead and throw it up. I didn't want to leave you guys without a show, of course, before the end of the weekend. So smash the like, guys. I'm here for you guys. You guys let me know what stocks you guys want to take a look at. Industrials also going down. That's not a good outlook. I was actually playing cat again to the upside today as I started to see a little bit of a bounce available to me. I got wiped out on cat again here. As it started to come up, it was looking good, and then just started to break down. XLI going lower towards the 101.50s. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look like it's going to do that throwback look. That's what I was looking for. If anything, it looks like it's kind of struggling here and could go lower. So these names were hot as of late, but as you can see, ever since kind of September, XLI and industrials are getting wrecked. All right, let's keep going out of the industrial area. Of course, we can take a look here towards the technology names. Solar, everyone was kind of pointing towards this area for a little bit there. And I was concerned because I felt like this rally would not hold. And you guys can see how it already kind of let go here. ENPH was making a move up there to 131, already back down. First Solar starts making a move, starts making the push. Now it's starting to pull back. And why do I not like these names is because the truth is that solar names have to do with a lot of lending, and lending is what's going to be tightened up. And so I don't like these names one bit. I think they end up going further and further down. SEDG has been an amazing short from around 270s. If you got that short, man, hang on tight because this looks like it's continuing to the downside, at least for the time being. It just looks like a disaster here in SEDG. And then Array Technologies had made a move to 26 and looking good. Well, this is barely hanging on to the bottom trend and could let go if it breaks this bottom trend around here on the 19s. This is why I do not like these names. JKS, CISQ, they just don't look good here. And solar looks like it's going to keep heading to the downside. Max End, that recently just made a little bit of a move, came back on the move, now is fading right back down. All right, let's go ahead. Let's catch a look. What else you guys want to take a look at? Michael's talking about Mara. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at Mara. All right. Mara is interesting, of course. And I think this is one of those things that you got to be thinking about when the next regional bank goes. That's when I'll start looking at these Bitcoin plays, because one of the big things that led this rally, this recent rally in kind of June and July was what? It was when we had regional bank concerns, and some people were thinking, well, yeah, the move is going to Bitcoin and kind of the cryptocurrency movement. And you guys can see here, ever since that kind of the feds kind of jumped in and saved those regional banks, what have we been doing in Mara? It's been on a huge decline, right? And I think that we got to be careful with trying to always catch these pops. I know that a lot of you guys are like me too. I can't blame you, looking for Mara to get the pop, because it does like to move when it goes. But for right now, I think we needed to go ahead and see this trend change. It's not looking good and looking like it's declining. The only thing that I think can help it is if KRE really starts to go lower and we lose a regional bank. All right, Mystery Man, you convinced me to place a call option on SLV, only risking $15. Why not? I mean, hey, it's up to you, but I can't blame you if you want to go after it. I think that the important part there is always understanding where this can go, right? Silver, it doesn't move that fast. But at least one thing's for certain, you can kind of see the bottoming action here on the weekly. If I'd go to the monthly, this looks like it's trying to get back up above the 24s. If it can get back above the 24, that's really when you're going to start seeing this get that nice little lift where it looks nice and bullish. A move back to the resistance is what I'd be first looking for. That's to prior support acting as resistance as of late around the 2260 spot. Can we recover that, get to 23, and then you'll have your 24 push? It doesn't look too bad to at least maybe risk off that kind of the 1950s, 1925 area. The key here is always understanding like what you're trying to get after, right? And if you're going about it under options, the only thing that I would be looking at is what's kind of like the implied volatility. How far do I want to put this out in time? How long do I think it's going to take for it to get to 24? Is it midweek next week? Is it 2 weeks out? Is it a month out? Those are the questions I think you need to ask yourself when you're playing those types of options. But hey, best of wishes to you, Mystery Man. I hope you're able to nail it. Apple will get profit taken, high PE. Yeah, I mean that can easily happen. I mean, high PE, low PE, that comes in and out. I think a lot of this was the TLT, really. Dennis was talking about it this morning. If you guys didn't catch that conversation on pre-market prep, I definitely advise you guys to even catch it right now after the show. Go back and catch what Dennis was talking about this morning about the TLT. You just might learn something new. All right, let's keep going. Gerald, big simped off a DG. I'll take a look there. GG, of course, Dollar General bouncing back a little bit today. We saw Walmart bounce back today, Costco, so that helped it, right? When you have the discount stores overall making a bounce, this is going to help it. Here you guys see those discount stores. And this is why I look at industry indexes to try to help me, right? Because you can see here how this had recently dropped off pretty fast, but now has been making a recovery. And what do you see in the industry? Well, you see a pretty good move there. BIG, DG, TGT, Target, right? Costco having a decent day. Walmart having a decent day. BJ is kind of in the middle there. What's getting still hit? Dollar Tree is getting hit. And as of late, Ollie's has recently broke down a little bit. We'll see what happens on this one. It was hanging on here as a recent gainer. We'll see what happens. This is still hanging in there. It's just kind of in the middle. And it could take a next step up. But definitely BIG, not bad little move, right? And when you're seeing this whole industry kind of get that lift, when you're seeing Walmart, Costco, and some of the smaller names get the lift, it's okay to kind of take a look to see if you get that sympathy type of play in BIG. And you did get some today. And that's kind of an easier move to kind of catch, right? So I see Walmart. All right, Walmart, Costco, Target doing well. DG's doing well. I'm going to go after big lots. That's how a lot of times I play relationships. Not a bad trade. I didn't even know that index was a thing. Great info. So Gerald, what you're seeing here, you're seeing TC2000. They do a good job of doing indexes for certain industries so that you can understand how these stocks are moving. There's not many people that are going to have an index for discount stores. So you have to find a tool that can give you the advantage of catching these. Of course, you're not going to find like the IX1790 on a different broker or a different platform. But I use this to give me the advantage, right? Because I want to work backwards, macro to micro. We want to work from sectors to industries to stock. Understanding the relationships in each industry and sector can definitely give you an advantage and an edge in relationship understanding trading. And that's exactly what I do. And that's where I find my edge is understanding the relationships between the industries and the sectors and how that works, where the money is going, not necessarily where the money's been. And I think a lot of the times we need to catch that. Like right now, today, it was a decent day for healthcare. It bounced back a pretty good amount. You did get some of these names to start coming back a little bit. Now, the majors have been struggling here. So that's kind of the area that I would keep an eye out for, because if the majors can catch life again, then yeah, healthcare can keep strong. Look at Lilly. It pulled back for just a little bit. And then just a couple of days, it's right back up. So we'll see what happens there. Energy, defensives. This is why I always go from here, the sectors, to the industries, then to the stocks. That gives me an advantage. All right, guys, it's 4:01. That's going to do it for us right here on Benzinga. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream, enjoyed the week, all the coverage that we do, whether it be pre-market prep, live trading, start swing trade. We're here for you guys, like always, to cover the markets from the opening bell, actually before the opening bell on pre-market prep, leading you into the opening bell and showing you guys live trading, the processed approach that we come after every single day. And then, of course, leading towards start swing trade, where I take a look at all the market action in the day, try to show you guys where the money is rotating to, what sectors are hot, what industries are hot, and then, of course, we can talk what stocks were hot. You guys smash the like. I will see you guys bright and early back on Monday. Yes, Monday on pre-market prep. It's always good to see you guys out there. Stay safe throughout the weekend. Be careful. Stay in tune. It's okay to maybe take a step back on Saturday. That's what I like to do, not to tune in too much to the market talk on Saturday. But once Sunday hits, I start getting back to the markets. Stay tuned out there. Stay safe. Be humbled. And always push your skills to the next level. I will see you guys next week. And let's always keep pushing right here on Benzinga.